Hi, welcome to Move It Workouts, which you can now do anywhere, anytime. Now, before we begin, let's make sure that we're all cleared for physical activities by our physicians. And at any point through the session, if you do feel uncomfortable and need to stop, please do. Or if you like to tone it down, that's fine too. Today, I will be taking you through a 30 minutes yoga session. What you'll need is a yoga mat or a carpeted area. And it will be really helpful if you have a yoga block with you. If not, a hardcover book will be good enough. When you're ready, let's come onto the mat. We will begin in a seated position. So in a seated position, just like what I'm doing right now with the legs crossed. Now, if you don't feel comfortable in this position, your block will come in really handy. You can always prop your sit bones up higher on the block. This will be super comfortable. So once you're ready here, I'd like you to gently move the sit bones around, just finding the balance between your left and right sit bone, making sure the weight is even, feeling your pelvis level on the floor. Once we have that, close the eyes. So the hands can be anywhere you prefer, either on your knees or just in front of your belly, that's okay too. Closing your eyes here, we begin to shift the attention to the breath. For the time being, you might be noticing the patterns of the breath. Sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it may not be. Just let the breath be for now. Because to change anything, awareness is always the first step. So we first notice the state of your breath. And thereafter, we'll start to slowly allow the breath to be longer. So mindfully here, begin to take deeper breaths in through your nose. Inhale. Every time you inhale, feel like your spine is growing up taller. And exhale equally as long as your inhale, gently. So if your inhale is 5 seconds, exhale is 5 seconds to inhale again, going tall with your spine, finding that lift. And exhale, let it go. We have one more breath here. Deep inhale, growing tall through the spine, through the crown of your head. And exhale, letting it go. Now you can open up your eyes if you like. Next inhale, we'll sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, arms reaching up. And as we exhale, we will face forward with the palms, taking cactus arms by bending your elbows. Go ahead and twist your chest towards the left side. So take a moment here. Inhale again. Can you feel the spine growing taller again? And exhale, try to reach a little bit further. Twist a little bit more towards your left side. And slowly inhale, coming back to the center. We have the arms up again. This time, when we exhale, we twist to the left side, but place your right arm over your leg. So with that arm, it helps you to push a little bit more, twist a little bit further. You might even be looking towards the back with your head right now. Next breath, inhale, come back to the center, arms going up again. And this time, when we go to the same side, we're taking a side bend instead of a twist. So go ahead and drop the left hand towards the floor as you reach the right arm, right fingertips far out towards the side. Now, even when you're doing this, try to keep your sit bones grounded firm so the pelvis is still level on the floor. Inhale, big breath. Maybe you turn your face to look towards the right side, towards the ceiling on the right side. Stay for a moment here to really enjoy that stretch on the side body. And after you have taken one more breath, you can slowly bring yourself back up to the center. Inhale, stretch the arms up again. Exhale, taking cactus arms and begin to twist towards your right side. So we try as much as possible to get our chest to face the side. Maybe the head will also twist along with it. Take one more breath here. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. And slowly return to the center. Inhale, arms go up to the ceiling again, taking the same twist but with the help of your hand. Exhale, go ahead and twist towards the same direction, except this time your left hand will be on your knee here, helping you to pull yourself deeper into the twist. Maybe even the head, look back. Take a breath, big one. And slowly release that back breath, come back to the center, both arms up to the ceiling again. Inhale, this time we're taking a side stretch. Exhale, right hand comes down to the floor as you stretch the left arm all the way over. Remember, we stay down on the sit bones. Try not to hike your left sit bone up. So ground down nice and firm. What you want to feel is the side body stretch. Even if you don't go so much, if you're up here, that's okay too. So the stretches will feel different to different people depending on the state of your body sometimes, or just generally how you feel in the body today based on the activities that you have done throughout the week. Maybe even opening up your chest even more as you look over to the upper left side. And slowly we come back to the center, right? And once we're back in the center here, let's come onto your hands and knees. So coming into what we call the table position with the hands on the floor and the knees on the floor. Let's make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, your knees are directly underneath your hips. We're taking cat and cow, which is a very good exercise for your spine. When you take your inhale, I want you to point the tailbone back, drop the belly down and lift the chest up. So imagine you can feel water on your back. You're creating a hollow hole on your back that is enough to carry some water. This is your inhale. This is your cow pose. And when we exhale, we go into the opposite direction. Begin to scoop the tailbone down, round the spine, and push the spine up towards the ceiling, hollowing out through the front of your body this time. You can look to your belly button. Imagine hugging a big beach ball in front of your body. Get ready as you inhale again, point the tailbone back, drop the belly, lift the chest, looking forward or maybe even slightly up. This is your inhale. Exhale, scoop the tailbone in, rounding the spine, looking towards your belly button. One last one here. Inhale, tailbone back, belly drop, and chest up, looking forward. Exhale, rounding everything into an angry cat pose. And once you're done with that, come back to the center. So you're no longer arching or rounding, just coming back into the center. This time, have the feet tuck into the ground. Your shoulders are still over your wrist. Float the knees off the ground, okay? So the knees will come off the ground, maybe about 2 inches or 3 inches. Try to let the shoulders stay on top of your wrist. Now from here, begin to rock yourself forward and back. So a few times here, just forward and back. When your knees are lifted and floating this way, it will also require you to use a lot more of your core strength. Now if this feels too much for you, feel free to drop the knees down. This will be a little bit easier and more accessible. Otherwise, challenging version, the knees will stay floating all the time. We have final 2 rocks. And after the second rock here, we'll start to lift the bum up towards the ceiling, shooting your sit bones up towards the ceiling as well. Coming into just a relaxing downward dog first. So in this downward dog, can you lift your heels up, Bend the knees more generously. Focus on pushing the floor away. Focus on lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. So do not worry about how straight your legs are because that is not important for now. For now, focus on finding length in the spine. Take a few breaths here, just like the breaths that we have established in the beginning of the class. Long inhale with equally long exhale. And while you're working on your breath, now we'll slowly stretch the back of the legs. Let the left knee stay bent as you drop your right heel back, straightening the right leg a little bit more. Here you will feel a stretch behind your right ankle, your right calf, and maybe even the right hamstring. And still keeping that long, consistent breath, slowly we will be switching sides. So bend both knees again first before you drop the left heel back to enjoy that stretch behind your left leg. Take a moment here and breathe. At least a couple of breaths in that position. And slowly begin to lift both heels again, bend both knees. This time when you inhale, we'll lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Look down to the floor, begin to lean forward, tiptoe high onto your left foot. Let's pull the right knee into the chest. Continue to lean forward here. We try to create space. So push the floor away from you and really zip that right knee into the chest. Flex the right foot. Begin to step the right foot beside your right thumb. Once it's there, we come up onto all 10 fingertips and drop the left knee down. Pick your chest up, facing forward. Now we want strong and stable legs here. So think about those thighs firming in towards one another and the lower belly hugging in nice and strong. This is your low lunge or crescent lunge. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Inhale. Now we have a little bit of a dynamic movement here, okay? So tuck in your back toes, make sure your left toes are down to the floor. Arms are up for now, this is your breath. On the next time, when we take our next inhale, we'll lift the left knee off the ground. Ready? Inhale, left knee off the ground as you cactus your arms to the side. And exhale, lower down, give the floor a tap, arms go up again. One more time, inhale, lifting the left knee up as the arms go into cactus. And exhale, dropping the left knee down. This time we're gonna stay up, okay? Inhale, coming up here, cactus arms, left knee off the ground. Take a breath here. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands forward onto the ground, step the left leg forward. Over here, keep your knees bent for now. So don't worry about straight legs. Same principle with your downward dog. Keep the knees straight so that you can allow your upper body to be a bit more accessible. Go ahead and relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Think about really dropping your head down. Shake it off a little bit. And the same with your downward dog, you can also alternate legs here, bending the legs one by one, walking it out for a few moments. Give it a try. You can even close your eyes to enjoy the sensation of your upper body being inverted this way. It's a great way to get your blood circulation going in the upper half of your body. And slowly here, begin to stop moving in the legs. Make sure your feet are grounded, knees are still slightly bent. We take the hands, place them in front of your shins. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Imagine drawing a straight line with your back. Straight line with your back, your sit bones point back as your top of the head point forward. Inhale, hug the belly in. This is called your half lift. Exhale, we drape down and let it go again. One more time. Inhale into your half lift. And exhale, let everything go. Inhale, half lift. This time stay in your half lift. We'll start to put your hands down to the floor again. So bend your knees as much as you like to. And we step back for a downward facing dog where we came from earlier. So this time, after one round of moving, you might feel that you're getting slightly warmer. So some of us might be even straightening the legs a little bit more than the first round. So try, see how you feel. If the legs are still very tight, remember, just bend the knees, it will feel much better. Alright, again, we'll be spending 2 breaths here. So this time, with your hands nice and strong, try to push away further from the ground with your hips pointing up, belly hugging in. Ready? Left leg will come up. Inhale. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. Try to stay nice and quiet. Look down to the floor. Begin to tiptoe on your right foot and lean forward and start to hug your left knee into the chest. So keep pushing the ground away from you. Don't give up yet. Keep the left foot active and step the left foot forward, right beside your left thumb. Drop your right knee down to the floor as you slowly bring yourself up. So chest is now up, facing forward. Remember, the thighs hugging, the lower belly hugging nice and strong. Now let's lift our arms up to the ceiling. Remember, we want to flex the right toes into the floor, getting ready for our dynamic movement. With your breath, inhale, we begin to lift the right knee up, taking the arms into cactus arms. Exhale, slow and controlled as you come down. Maybe the right knee taps, maybe it stays halfway. Inhale, coming up again. Cactus your arms as you rise up nice and strong. Exhale, slowly going back down. The next one we stay up, okay? Inhale, staying all the way up in your cactus arm. See how much more can you bend into that left knee. One breath here, in and exhale. Put your hands to the floor. Step your right foot forward. Straight away we go into your half lift. So hands in front of the shins. Inhale. Find that lengthening in the spine. If you like, you can also put your hands to the ground instead of the shin. Yeah? Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift again. This time, hands come down. We step back once again for your downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Really begin to feel the difference of this down dog compared to your very first one. Feeling the difference in the shoulders and the legs, as well as just your breath. Has it become faster? How's the quality of the breath right now? And get ready. Right leg will go up with your inhale. Lift the right leg up. Tiptoe on your left foot, look down to the floor, lean forward, right knee to the chest. Remember, we hug it in as close as possible before we flex the right foot and step it down. Alright, get ready, we rise all the way up this time without dropping the back knee. Stay for a moment. And from here, currently, your back heel might be lifted. Now we will need to ground the back heel down. Okay, so go ahead. Your left heel grounds down to the floor. We open our hips towards the left side of the room and allow the arms to spread out towards the front and the back. Your head will be looking towards your right hand. Now what we want to have here is the front leg, your right leg in this case, front leg to be in an almost 90-degree angle while your back leg stays nice and straight. Arms spread out to this side. This is your warrior 2. When you are in your warrior 2, think about hugging the belly in and think about pointing your tailbone down to the floor instead of sticking your tailbone back. We have just one more breath. Maybe try going a little bit deeper into that warrior 2. And slowly from warrior two, the legs stay the same, but we are straightening the front leg. Now for some people, they might feel that this stance is a bit too wide. So if that is you, I invite you to walk your back foot in closer, maybe a couple of inches, so it becomes a little bit more supported. Inhale, arms spread open here. And exhale, we begin to lean to the front of the room and put your hands either on your shins, on the floor, or here is where the block comes in very handy, or you can put the block on the floor and put your hand on the floor. Now both the legs, they are staying straight, okay? So let both your legs stay straight. Let your left arm reach up towards the ceiling and think about the spine here lengthening. So top of the head lengthens through the front and the sit bone stays at the back. We're gonna take a couple of breaths here in your triangle. You should be feeling the stretch on your side body as well as your inner thighs. Take a moment and breathe. Now if your neck is not feeling comfortable, your option is to look down towards the floor. It will be a little bit more easy on the neck if you're looking down to the floor. We just one more breath, stay with me. And all together we take the left hand to the hips, look down to the floor. Now go ahead and bend the right knee again. This time if you have a block, take the block with you. We will walk the block forward in front of the right foot. Begin to lean the weight forward into your right foot and lift the back foot up when you're ready, coming into your half moon pose. So in your half moon pose here, if you have difficulty lifting the back foot off, what I recommend is just stay low with the back foot, but try to lift it from time to time, okay? For those of us who are already lifting the back leg, slowly challenge yourself to open your chest to the left side. So begin to open up the chest to the left side, placing your left hand on the hip first. Further challenge, left arm goes up to the ceiling. Maybe you also turn the face up to look to the ceiling as well. Find your balance, try to be as quiet as possible. Now if you like some help with your balance, it always helps when you look down. Looking down helps with your balance, okay? Stay for one more breath here. Remember, if your leg gets tired, you can always rest it down to the floor for a moment before you take it up again. Option for the right knee to stay bent or straight. One more breath, inhale. And as we exhale here, we begin to pull the left knee into the belly. Begin to drop it next to your right foot. If you have a block or a book with you, it will be nice to just hold on to it while you pedal up into your legs. Otherwise, you can just place fingertips onto the ground as you pedal out into the legs. Alright, let's take our half lift again. Inhale, halfway lift. And hands down, step back for your downward facing dog. This is one of your last down dogs, so make it a really good one, okay? As active as you can be, as still as you can be, while maintaining that equal breath. It's time to lift our left leg up. So inhale, left leg goes up towards the ceiling. Tiptoe high up onto your right foot. Exhale, look down, lean forward. Pull the left knee into the chest. Okay, step the left foot forward. Without dropping your right knee, we are rising up to upright position, chest facing forward. Now, with your right heel, we'll spin the right heel back. Let the entire foot ground down, especially you want to feel the outside edge of the right foot ground down. Once you have that, open up the arms, nice and wide, one to the front, one to the back. Now I really want you to feel here is that weight distribution between the left and the right leg. If it's too heavy on your left leg, try to ground down more towards the back leg. Think about firming through the back of the legs as well when you do this. Remember, a bent degree in the front leg and a straight leg in the back. Arms open wide, hug that belly in, hug that tailbone down towards the floor. As you reach your arms wide, you're looking towards the left fingertips. We're taking 2 more breaths here. This is your warrior 2. You should feel grounded and strong like a warrior here. Moving into triangle. So triangle is pretty similar except both the legs will be straight. So go ahead and straighten your left leg and see how you feel. For a lot of us, if your warrior 2 was quite wide, then your triangle might feel too wide as well. So go ahead, if you like, you can move the feet closer in towards one another for a more stable triangle. Now, keep the legs straight but active. So think about engaging through your front of the thighs by pulling the kneecaps up. Alright, so engage the front of the thighs, pull the kneecaps up, arms open, lean towards the front of your mat before you place the left hand down. Again, your option here is to either place on your shin, to place on the floor, or use your hardcover book or your block to prop yourself up a bit higher. Once you have the base ready, right arm reaches up to the ceiling, your head might even look up towards your right hand. Now, if that does not work for your neck, then by all means, just looking down is good enough. Because here, we're focusing on the sensation on the side body as well as the inner thigh. So give it a shot, try to still lengthen through your upper body. So really reach the hips to the back of the mat as you reach the head to the front of the mat. Nice and strong triangle. We stay for a couple breaths more. Alright, we're moving on from triangle straight into our half moon. So put your right hand on your hips first. Look down if you have not already. We'll begin to bend into the left knee. Bending into the left knee, if you have a block, that is great. Move your block in front of your left foot. Once it's in front of your left foot, it's a very nice support for you. Shift your weight into the left leg before you lift the right leg up. So take a moment here and try. Remember, if you feel like the right leg can't lift yet, maybe you're just staying here with the left knee bent and the right leg just trying to lift a few times. Otherwise, go ahead and trust your left leg, trust your left hand as you lean forward to lift the right leg up. Once your right leg is lifted, keep the foot active so that it does not just hang around, okay? So keep the entire right leg active. Slowly open up your belly, open up your chest towards the right side, and eventually maybe also the right arm up towards the ceiling. Your choice of looking to the floor to help with your balance or to look up to the ceiling for a further challenge. But we're gonna be here for just a couple of breaths. Now all together, we look down to the floor. Take your right hand to your hip, slight bend in the standing leg, and thereafter bend a lot in your right leg. Pull it into the belly as you step it forward here. Paddle out your legs, whether with the help of a block or without a block. Relax your neck for a moment, especially if you have been looking up earlier. Shake your head out, shake your shoulders out, relax. Every time you exhale, maybe this time you use your mouth to exhale. Let everything go. Now from here, both your feet will start to turn out a little bit. So you're creating a slight V shape in the feet. Begin to drop your palm down as you bend the knees, coming into a squat. Now, in your squat, if you feel like it's too much for your knees or your ankles, what you can do is to take your block or your hardcover book to sit So place your sit bones on top of the block. This will be super comfortable for your squat because it takes off the pressure from your ankles and your knees. Place your hands in front of the heart center. Think about lifting the chest and the entire spine up. Close your eyes. With your hands in front of your chest, feel the pulse happening and feel how you can allow the pulse to slow down a little bit more by slowing down in the breath. So focus on that. You can even close your eyes here. Breathing in for 5 seconds and breathing out for 5 seconds as well. 2 more rounds, breathing in, maybe this time for 6 seconds. And breathing out for 6 seconds also. And for the last one, I invite you to go on your own count. If you'd like to try 7, you can. Otherwise, you can stick with 6 or go back to 5, your choice. So go ahead and take that breath. And once you're done with that breath here, we'll slowly remove that block from underneath. We will sit down on the floor. Sitting down on the floor here, send your legs in front of you, all the way in front of you, okay? Now if you feel that your legs are tight, here's where you need to bend your knees. As long as you allow your upper body to be upright, it's a good position for you. If your legs are straight but your upper body is rounded, I really recommend bending the knees and lift the upper body more. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling, keep the feet active. Exhale, begin to lean forward. You can hold on to the side of your legs. So holding on to the side of your legs to first see how you feel here. How do you feel in the back of the legs? Which part exactly do you feel it in? Is it more on the calves? Is it more on the back of the knees? Or is it more in the hamstrings? Tune in to what your body is telling you before you decide to go further or not. If you like to go further, just walk your hands slightly forward. Maybe they touch the feet, but it is not necessary. Okay? Once you have found a sweet spot for yourself, relax your head and just allow your entire upper body to rest down. And remember, even here, you're still practicing your long, consistent breath to the count that you have established. Maybe that 5 seconds, that 6 seconds, or that 7 seconds. We take 2 more breaths before we come up. And after your breath, slowly allow yourself to come back up again. Now go ahead and bend your right knee. So bending your right knee, try to still stay very grounded in both your sit bones. We take the left arm up, inhale, exhale, twist your chest to the right side, give your knee a hug. Your right hand walks behind you to allow your chest, your collarbones to open up. Feel free to stay here or to look towards your right side. Now if you want to further intensify the twist, instead of hugging your knee, you can put your elbow in front of the knee so it will give yourself a much deeper twist. Remember, this is just an option. You don't have to do this. You can just stay here hugging. It is more than enough. We spend 1 to 2 more breaths here. And slowly come back to the center, release your twist. Let's go on to the other side. So straighten the right leg, bend the left leg. Right arm goes up, inhale, exhale, twist to your left side. Go with a hug first. Hugging your leg here, begin to walk your left arm back and turn your face towards the left side, maybe looking over your left shoulder. And thereafter, if this is okay for you, you intensify by hooking your right elbow on your knee instead. So we're spending again just a couple of breaths here. And slowly releasing that, come back to the center. And once you're back in the center here, I invite you to either lie down for a rest, or you can be like me and just sit for your rest. Closing your eyes for a moment. Just really feel through your body right now. Any sensations that you can pick up, just tune into that. Maybe you feel a certain lightness. Maybe you're focusing on the pulsations in the body. Or maybe for some of us there may be tingling sensations or a certain soreness. Just tune in and be aware of all of that. Allowing your breath to go back to its just neutral cycle, neutral rhythm. You no longer need to control the breath here. Let it go. But I hope that after the session right now, you might feel a little bit lighter in the breath as well, a little bit more open in the chest. Sitting in silence with yourself. Maybe with a light smile on your face. And that concludes our session for today. So thank you so much for joining me today. Now, everyone is encouraged to move 30 minutes per day. So even if you're staying home, get moving and stay active. Check out more workouts on go.gov.sg/upcomingactivities. Thank you and see you again soon.